On to chapter 46 of Genesis. Jacob's now headed towards Egypt to see his long lost son, which is pretty cool to see. Sorry, I don't feel like this is bright enough, but we'll just keep this going. So they're all about to have a reunion, so that's pretty cool. After so many years, I forgot how old he is, but it's been a long time. So let's get on to chapter 46. It's a relatively short chapter. So we'll get started here. So Jacob set out for Egypt with all his possessions, and when he came to Beersheba, he offered sacrifices to God of his father Isaac. During the night, God spoke to him in a vision. "Jacob, Jacob," he called. "Here I am," Jacob replied. "I am God." The voice said, "The God of your father. Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt, for I will see to it that you will become a great nation there. I will go with you down to Egypt, and I will bring your descendants back again. But you will die in Egypt with Joseph at your side." So, God comes into people in dreams a lot. I've noticed in the Bible, and I feel like, if you really think about it, we dream a lot, but we have so much going on. We're here, we're there. We have electronics. We're watching people on TV. These people lived life like through their own TV, basically, because they didn't have all that to look at. So, what I'm trying to say is, they may have dreamed about other things than what we dreamed about, but maybe they could remember their dreams more and kind of see what they meant or what God was telling them all the time in dreams and whatnot. But I think about that sometimes because we have so much going on, that we'll watch TV and see something, and then we'll be like, "I want that," but in all reality, does God want that for us? You personally. Um, so it's just interesting. Back then, they didn't have all the electronics and stuff, so um, they just lived life, without a fear of FOMO, probably. Well, maybe they did. I don't know. Who knows? So Jacob left Beersheba, and his sons brought him to Egypt. They carried their little ones and wives in the wagons Pharaoh had provided for them. They brought their livestock too, and all the belongings they had acquired in the land of Canaan. Jacob and his entire family arrived in Egypt, sons and daughters, grandsons, granddaughters, all his descendants. These are the names of the Israelites, the descendants of Jacob, who went with him to Egypt. Reuben was Jacob's oldest son. So that's the oldest son, Reuben. The sons of Reuben were Hanok, Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. The sons of Simeon were Jemuel, Jamin, Ohad, Jachin, Zohar, and Shaul. Shaul's mother was a Canaanite woman. The sons of Levi were Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. The sons of Judah were Onan, Shelah, Perez, and Zerah. But and Onan had died in the land of Canaan. The sons of Perez were Hezron and Hamuel. The sons of Issachar were Toya, Pua, Joshab, and Shimron. The sons of Zebulun were Sered, Elon, and Jahleel. These are the sons of Jacob who were born to Leah in the Paddan Aram, along with their sister Dinah. And all of Jacob's descendants through Leah numbered 33. The sons of Gad were Zephon, Haggai, Shunai, Esbon, Eri, Erli. The sons of Asher were Imnah, Ishvi, and Beriah. Their sister was named Sarah. Beriah's son was Eber and Machir. These 16 were descendants of Jacob through Zilpah, the servant given to Leah by the father Laban. Remember that story? Yeah. The sons of Jacob's wife, Rachel, were Joseph and Benjamin. The sons of Jacob's wife, Rachel, were Joseph and Benjamin. Joseph's sons born in the land of Egypt were Manasseh and Ephraim. Their mother was Asnath, daughter of Potipherah, priest of Heliopolis. Benjamin's sons were Bela, Becher, Ashbel, Gera, Naaman, Ehi, Rosh, Muppim, Huppim, and Ard. These 14 were the descendants of Jacob and his wife Rachel. The son of Dan was Hisham. The son of Naphtali were Jeziel, Guni, Jezer, and Shillem. These 7 were the descendants of Jacob through Bilhah, the servant given to Rachel by her father Laban. So the total number of Jacob's direct descendants who went with it to Egypt, not counting his sons were wives, was 66. Joseph also had 2 sons who had been born in Egypt. So altogether there were 70 family members of Jacob's family in the land of Egypt. So if you think about everyone coming, that's 70. You see 70 people coming from to Egypt to see Joseph. So if you think about Joseph looking out over everyone and seeing 70 people coming, that would be an amazing sight to see. I think about this as I read the Bible right now. Again, just getting started. And maybe this is just in my head, but maybe God's trying to fill the earth, so he's giving them plenty of children, all of that stuff. Or maybe God wants us to multiply the earth, Me as a single guy at 40, no kids, no, I'm single right now. I think about that at times, and then I'm just like, man, it's so hard to be in a relationship in general, mostly because I'm so introverted, because I could spend days by myself and not talk to anyone. But maybe that's just me in my head, or maybe it's just I gotta fight through it. Something I'm trying to work through now is just trying to see if I can fight through it and whatnot. But there's so much stuff here in a big city, so many groups to meet up at, so many places to go. It's just like where to begin, But anyways, as far as a relationship goes, it's just like, why do you want to join so many groups when you can meet that one person and then start a family from there? And maybe that's what God wants from us, is plain and simple to just, it's family, It's nothing else but family. And then just be together, and love on God, love on family, and that's how you kind of do life together. But part of me feels like he wants a different direction from me, and I've kind of figured that out. As far as other interests that I've done in the past and I haven't done now, but who knows? Maybe it's just we live a life and to the best of our ability, and that's how we do it. So just some thoughts there. I'm going to finish this chapter and then we'll be done. Jacob's family arrives in Goshen. Jacob sent Judah on ahead to meet Joseph and get directions to the land of Goshen. And when they all arrived there, Joseph prepared his chariot and traveled to Goshen to meet his father. As soon as Joseph arrived, he embraced his father and wept on his shoulder for a long time. Then Jacob said to Joseph, "Now let me die, for I have seen you with my own eyes, and now you're still alive." And Joseph said to his brothers and to all their households, "I'll go and tell Pharaoh that you have all come from the land of Canaan to join me, And I will tell him, these men are shepherds and livestock breeders. They have brought with them their flocks and herds, everything they own. So when Pharaoh calls for you and asks you about your occupation, tell him, we have been livestock breeders from our youth, as our ancestors have been for many generations. When you tell him this, he will let you live here in the land of Goshen, for shepherds are despised in the land of Egypt. So he's gonna tell a fib to Pharaoh, but Pharaoh already knows they're coming. So I don't really get that, but I don't know. It's just interesting me that you can God is with you through all this, but you still lie. I guess we're all evil people in this world in general. So, anyways, that's what I take from that. Chapter 46 is complete. Just be the best you can in life, and that's all we can ask for, All right.